Hello and welcome to day 10 of the Humboldt Collective Meditation. Today we're going to be practicing Qigong. My name is Corbin and I'll be leading you through this moving meditation practice. So you can either start, if you don't have space to stand where you are, you can just be seated and just be anywhere where you can have an erect spine and you can have enough space to do one of these little things, but you're probably not going to be moving outside of this perimeter here. So we're going to start by coming to the beginning pose or stance of Qigong. It's called Wu Qi. And so essentially Wu Qi is the void. It's emptiness. But it's the emptiness from which all arises from. And so what it looks like in the physical body is space between the legs. The feet are right under the hips. And if you want to find that alignment easily, you can just go feet together, 45 degrees, and then bring the heels align with the toes. And so in the lower body, we want to be very soft and stable. So you can kind of move your weight from one foot to the other, from toes to heels, and you'll kind of just find this space in the center where it's completely effortless. And once you find that space right there, just drop in. You want your tailbone to be pointed directly to the earth. So we're not duck butting and we're not really tucking the tail. Just very stable, centered, almost as if the bottom half of your body had no muscular tension, no effort, that it would stay standing. And then the upper half of the body is just an erect spine. Arms are out wide and the palms are facing the back of the room. And so what this does is it opens up the shoulder blade. So just do this a couple times and notice the shoulder blades come together and then the shoulder blades open up. And so you want your shoulder blades open so that the back of the heart is open. And then if you move the body, that the arms are just kind of swinging. But there's always space. There's space for qi to flow through the body. Essentially what qi is life force. Some may call it prana, some may call it ki. But it's the life force energy that's moving through us at all times. And whenever we have a straight arm or locked joints, then it's really going to block that off. So we want to keep the joints open. And then you just take your chin and press it back in space with your finger. So not quite looking down, but just so that the spine is long and erect. And this is your Wu Qi. So just drop in for a moment. Maybe close your eyes down. And start to feel into your being. Embody Wu Qi. From Wu Qi, we hold a soft gaze or closed eyes. So the eyes can either be completely closed, or you can play with having them neither open or closed, just kind of this in-between space. And tune into your breath. Let the lungs fill to the entirety of their capacity with ease, with non-force. And then let the exhale just fall out. And almost as water pours out of a glass, once 80 or 50% of the water starts to come out, it draws the rest of the water out. So let the breath be like that. Let the exhale easily draw all the air to the lungs. And when you breathe in fully, expanding the navel forward, left and right, and back and front. So we're expanding the navel out towards the front of the room. We're expanding the ribs out sideways. And then we're even filling the kidneys and even maybe drawing some air up into the heart and the throat. But never forcing. So there's no rules or hard fast rigidity in Qigong. But we're never going to move past 70% effort. So we're never going to extend past 70%. We're never going to really work too hard to do anything in this practice. So as you stand, tune into your breath. Observe as it fills the body and the body swells, becomes lighter, and as you exhale, contracts, becomes heavy. We're going to start by directing our attention to the lower dantian. It's just below the navel center. It's in the center of the body. It's the literal center of the body. And this lower dantian is where we hold our earthly energy, our jing. So we're just going to focus our attention there on that center. You can envision a white or golden orb, maybe a pearl, or you can envision a flame just growing in the lower dantian. And the breath is stoking that flame. The breath draws life, draws chi into that space. Maybe you'll start to feel some heat expanding through the body. Allow the face to relax, the eyelids to become heavy, the cheeks to become soft, the brow to unfurrow. And feel as if a wave of water rolls over the body, being poured on the top of the head and melting down the body. And the body is warm, so when it hits the body, it turns to steam. And we're just allowing the body to dissolve into steam from the crown of the head to the back of the skull, down the back of the neck, the face, the lips, the throat, shoulders melting, the chest, back of the heart, down the belly, past the kidneys, down the spine, through the pelvis, into the hips, down the thighs, down the backs of the legs, past the knees and the calves, down the shins, and through the feet into the floor. And just notice the sensations you're experiencing now. A heaviness. And from this heaviness and stability, we will begin our first movement. This movement is called Ashantang. It's a very simple move. And we're going to move in unison with the breath. So every inhale is a lifting, lightness, and every exhale is a gently lowering heaviness. On the inhale, we're going to shift our weight gently into the balls of our feet at the bubbling wells. It's just below the ball of your foot there. And then on the exhale, we're going to sink back into our heels. And you're going to be kind of pumping from this lower dantian area. So as you inhale, you're going to open up the lower dantian. And as you exhale, you're going to drop into it a bit. And so that's pumping this chi into all areas, all the extremities, all the organs through our channels. And this is what the movement looks like. On the inhale, you're lifting the arms, elbows bent, wrists and fingers are limp. And then once you get to the heart center, you gently draw the palms upward. And then you're beginning to exhale here, and you're drawing a circle down the central channel. Inhale, lifting. At the heart center, palms face forward. And you're drawing the shoulder blades together as you exhale, drawing this chi ball down the body. Inhale, the arms lift. And notice how the shoulder blades open as the arms come forward. Flip the palms at heart center. Exhale, drawing that chi ball down the central channel. And just continue to move this way like silk in the wind, softly, effortlessly. And either let your eyes soften, let your gaze soften, or maybe you can close the eyes. And just let the movement in unison with the breath soothe the nervous system. If you think you're going too slow, then slow down 10% more. Effortless movement. As thoughts arise, just acknowledge them and gently return your attention back to the movement of chi through the body. You can take a visualization with this movement as well. So as you inhale, drawing energy up the back of the spine from the lower dantian. So inhaling, the energy is driving up the back of the spine. At the top of the inhale, it reaches the crown of the head, and on your exhale, it drops down the front of the spine, back to the lower dantian. And so as we're moving through this movement here, if that visualization aids in relaxation, then allow that to flow for you. The next time your arms come down, just drop into your wuchi and observe with a soft gaze, soft awareness on the body, looking from nothing, for nothing, just seeing and sensing all of experience. Notice if there's a quality to the movement of chi through your body. Or notice if there's any areas of dullness or gross sensation. And as soon as your awareness is drawn to that area and you notice and you recognize this blockage or extra stoppage of chi, just like that, it's gone. Haula. And then inhale, pull chi up from the earth center, and just draw the left hand under the right over the lower dantian. And so we have these points, these Lao Gung points on the center of our palms, and we emit chi from these points here. So we're going to emit chi into the lower dantian. So we're going to nourish our chi, we're going to nourish our jing here. Just simply feeling and sensing that chi radiating in on the inhale. And on the exhale, just send it out of the body, out of all extremities as steam. Or if there's any particular organ or part of your body that needs a little bit more energy or is feeling stagnant, then you can send that chi to that organ or that part of the body. In this season of winter is represented by water, and the organ associated with winter are the kidneys. And our kidneys often hold fear. So it's always a great thing to do in this winter is give attention to our kidneys. So we'll drop the hands down into Uchi. Then we'll just make open fists. And we're just going to gently tap the kidneys. The kidneys are just below the rib cage. So just gently tapping the kidneys, bringing life into the kidneys, breaking stagnation. We're literally dispelling fear. And if you want to hold a vision, you can imagine a dark blue or black substance. Every time you hit the kidney, it's kind of like hitting a puddle of water, just splashing out, getting rid of all that stagnation. And breathing into the kidneys while we do this. And then dropping the uchi and flick any of that stagnation out. Now we're going to do another movement to cleanse the kidneys. And there's a sound associated with this movement, and the sound is chu-rei. So it's going to be on the exhale. So on the exhale, it's going to sound like chu-rei. And in that sound, we're literally pressing, squeezing out any stagnation, any toxins from the kidneys. We're cleaning out the kidneys, cleaning the blood. So how this is going to look is we're going to take Wu-Chi, and we're going to scoop up the central channel on an inhale. Hand one resting on top of the other. And at the heart center, you're going to start to flip. Come off the earth with the heels gently. Exhale, bend to the right. Just easily bending. Inhale to center. Try to keep the hips level. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. And we're going to bend from the pelvis to the top of the spine. Pull the navel to spine. On your inhale, trace the yin channels on the inside of your legs with your hands as you roll up one vertebra at a time. And then continue that movement, scooping the energy up the central channel. Inhaling, the heels gently come off the earth. Gentle side bend. Inhale to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale to center. And one vertebra at a time, folding. Inhale, tracing the yin channels, the insides of the legs. One last time. This time when you trace the inside of the yin channels, gently ball your fists and draw the shoulder blades together. Arch the spine gently, and on your exhale, just throw all that stagnation out. And now you're back to Wu Chi. And just sit and bask in that sensation, openness, lightness. Slowly inhale the hands over the lower dantian, left hand under right. And now we're going to draw this energy up the central channel to the heart center, the second dantian, and the third eye, the upper dantian. So how this will look, we're going to use the same movement with the feet. So as you inhale, you're rocking the weight forward very gently into the bubbling wells in the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, you're slowly dropping into the heels. So we're going to start with the left hand just over the lower dantian. And we're going to inhale, lift the right hand, tracing the central channel, about 5 inches off the body. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift the right or left hand and let the right hand drop. And then going the other way, left hand drops, right hand lifts. And keep moving this way, and every time we're circulating the energy. So this is how it's looking. We're rotating the hands over each other. And you're visualizing the microcosmic orbit, that circulating energy coming up the back of the spine on the inhale, over the head, and on the exhale, coming down the front of the body. So as you move, not only are you sensing that energy, not only are you actually feeling it, you're moving with it. Keep the shoulders soft, the face soft, and keep the tongue pressed to the back of the teeth like you're saying la, just gently. This is an energy conduit to let that energy move all the way up the spine and back down the front thrusting channel. And if there's any space where your hand for some reason wants to stop, just let it stop there. Maybe there's stagnation. And using your ability to emit qi through your lao gung can break that stagnation. On your next exhale, drop both hands down over the lower dantian. And take a few breaths to nourish your qi there. And drop into your Wu Qi. Every time we're dropping into Wu Qi, we're opening up this void. It's like turning all the lights to green on our superhighway of energy channels in the body. We have these extraordinary channels that are running throughout the entirety of our body. And as we drop into Wu Qi, we just turn all the lights on green. And if there's any pileups at any of the intersections, it becomes really obvious. The standing Qigong practice is a perfect practice. Just coming here, you see everything. So what do you see in your body? What do you feel in your body? Whatever you're feeling, now express it through Zifa Gong. Zifa Gong is the practice of your own created Qigong. You're just expressing spontaneously whatever you're feeling in your body. And it doesn't have to look like anything. Or it can look like everything. You can be embodying a dragon. It's your truest form of expression. Just listening to the Qi. Draw yourself back into Wu Qi and absorb, bask in the beauty of that experience. And know that you can always, and you are always, in your own spontaneous expression. You literally are a vessel for which Qi moves through. And every step, every thought, every action, every word is you expressing, shooting that Qi out into the world and sharing that. And through this practice of Qigong, we're cultivating that. We're learning how to create a connection to that energy, and through our bodies, opening our channels, becoming more clear, and really relaxing into being, relaxing into who we are. And maybe you'll realize, or maybe the question will come up, who are you? And who are you in this practice? Because we seem to dissolve, and we're all dissolving together. And as we practice together like we are now, we're feeling the experience of all these other amazing beings and these amazing humans. And we always come back to the lower dantian. So we always come back to nourishing. Nourishing our center of being. And then we drop into Uchi. We take a fist into palm. And we bow down in veneration to honor all those who have practiced before us, all those who practice alongside of us. And we just dedicate this practice to all sentient beings, so that all beings may experience this joy, this lucidity, and this peace for which we cultivate daily. And I invite you all to come to the D Street Community Center in Arcata tomorrow at 5:30 for an amazing event of collective meditation with all these beautiful people in our community. And I thank you so much for this practice.